afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Josh Guillory Show. I am your grateful host. And in studio with me, my main man, Jamie Angel.
Happy Friday! That's the broken chicken. That's the broken chicken.
Happy Friday.
Is it Friday? I thought it was Friday. I'm not kidding you. Every day since Wednesday, I have thought it was Friday.
Friday, man.
I don't know what day
Couldn't
it
come
is.
soon enough, I guess. Hey, we had a great week. What a wonderful week God has blessed us with. And it is Friday, man. We are broadcasting live from the Beal and Abear studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Your hometown attorneys, Beal and Abear. Check those guys out. We're also broadcasting live from Rumble, rumble.com. Go check out the Josh Guillory Show off of rumble.com. You can check us out. We certainly want to see you there. Man, we got some things hot off the press.
Hot off the press. All sorts of malarkey coming off the press. And little next segment, just joking with Janet to kind of break it up a little bit.
God.
She says she's got a doozy today.
I hope. Oh, my goodness. Look at this.
I'm a little nervous.
Oh, good.
Oh, and Martha Jean, she's gonna be. She got something to show you, bud.
Oh, I'm a little nervous.
It's a new piercing. I'm not even gonna tell you.
Martha
I'm
Jean.
gonna let her surprise you.
and she didn't start that until later in life. It's like a.
Listen, Martha Jean. I want to say she was like in medical school or something. And she got on the. She got mixed up.
It's
with
like real medicine, medical school, or like one of those.
She got into the glue huffing. Yeah. Poor thing.
Get you every time.
Every time. Then she was sucking exhaust. It was crazy.
Oh, well, this is kind of crazy right here. So this comes from the Associated Press. All right, now. Okay.
Where's my bell?
Okay. I'm talking about John Bolton. I don't know if you want to.
Oh, I thought we were just going to go into the breaking news first.
Well, it is kind of breaking news.
Yeah, let's go. Wherever you want to go.
Well, Bolton, you want to. Epstein.
I'm just.
Yeah, let's go to breaking. Breaking. All right, let's go to breaking. Okay. So this one is also from the AP. The Justice Department, just released transcripts of 2 days of interviews with Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's right-hand woman who was convicted back in 2021 for helping traffic teenage girls to be abused by Epstein. Horrible. But okay, so here's what's in the release. Maxwell told investigators, this is like hot off the press, guys. Maxwell told investigators that she may have met Donald Trump back in 1990 when her father, Robert Maxwell, owned the New York Daily News. She said her dad liked Trump and Ivana since they shared roots in Czechoslovakia. After those interviews, she was quietly moved from Florida from a Florida prison to a Texas prison camp, and nobody knows why. Well, we know why.
Well, okay.
We know why.
She had some nice things to say. That's for sure.
Now. So here's the backdrop. For months, DOJ officials, Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, even Dan Bongino, back when he was on the outside, were hyping Epstein files. Remember that?
Oh,
Epstein
it's hard
files.
to forget.
Talking about binders, black books. Remember all this? Truckloads of evidence. The base was told something big was coming and really told something big was coming several times. And now, after weeks of outrage, it appears, we get these Maxwell transcripts. And I don't know. According to this article, it looks like they were crumbs.
But y'all want the summarized version?
Yeah, sure.
Donald Trump's awesome. He ain't never did nobody. He was a gentleman. Bill Clinton, I don't remember him doing nothing either. And I think that Jeffrey Epstein was murdered.
Okay.
That's what she said.
Well, there you go. So that's the 2 days of transcripts right there.
I mean, they're still listening to him and I guess reading, pouring over him. But yeah.
But I'm just look at Epstein as a whole, though. I mean, we know who this guy. I mean, he's way more than just some kind of creep with an island. I mean, just like a go-to for the world elites. On something so sick. I mean, just but politicians, like, we know all this. Hollywood, bankers, royalty. He didn't operate in the shadows because nobody knew. He operated because everybody powerful looked the other way. And that's the big issue that it's like we just shy away from. He had friends in the White House. He had friends in Buckingham Palace and Fortune 500 boardrooms. And yet, after all this hype, after all these promises, The names still aren't out there. The list still isn't out there. The full files are still locked away. And, I've defended Pam Bondi.
Wait, you may not have the new info.
Okay.
The files were turned over to the Congressional Committee.
Oh, well, but
they
not
weren't
to,
released publicly,
yeah,
but they
not
were
to,
turned over to the Congressional Committee.
Okay. All
and
right.
I can support that because we do have to trust our congressmen to represent us and do the right thing once they see them.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. But not released to the public.
No, not yet.
I say release everything. I say release everything. Don't cherry pick a couple of transcripts and call it transparency. Don't dump any of this crumb stuff. Pretend it's a meal. I mean, we all deserve the whole truth. Who was on the flights, who was on the island, who paid, who played. We don't ever talk about the victims. We use the victims. Oh, there's horrible things in the okay, protect the victims. But stop protecting the criminals. I don't care what country they lead. That's even a thing. Or come flat out and say there's nothing there and we lied to you. But stop this going back and forth. Because right now it looks like one big club. The elite covering for the elite. That's why regular folks do not trust Washington. That's why we don't trust the DOJ, the FBI, or any of these alphabet soup agencies. You drain the swamp by exposing all of it. No matter the name, no matter the money, no matter the power. All of it. The base isn't crazy. We're not crazy. We're not chasing conspiracies. The base just wants receipts. Release every document, release every transcript, release every list if the government truly believes in transparency. If the DOJ truly believes in transparency, which they do not have a history of doing, if any of these leaders have any interest in transparency or justice, if that is remotely on your radar, then stop playing these dang games. Put it all out there or say, we didn't have anything, we lied to you, sorry. I would rather you acknowledge that than to drag along the American people and the world, because this has gotten silly at this point. This has gotten ridiculous. Are the grown-ups in charge at all on some of this stuff? Trump's one man, I get, and he has his, but I support the man. But this DOJ stuff, man, what the hell happens to these people when they get there? And I hope our attorney general doesn't follow suit. Look, I like Pam Bondi and all the things, okay? But there's some things, especially on this, that I just don't think was handled very well. And sometimes she goes out there and is a little too political for my taste. And I hope our Louisiana attorney general doesn't become political like that. We made some runs on some political issues with tax dollars over the last
and they
years.
tend to go out guns blazing on some things that they don't really understand before they do
like,
that,
dude,
and maybe get a whole grasp of the whole thing before,
man. Take a pause before you start promising the world. Remember phase one. Yeah, binder of many. Man.
News articles.
Yeah, exactly, man. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. Just joking with Janet. That's always good. to the Josh Guillory Show. Woo, we're broadcasting live from the Bill and Bear Studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. We're also, you should make me laugh over there. We're also, just your joy. We're also broadcasting live from rumble.com. Go check us out. And it is Friday. We already know what that is. It is WWJW. I totally butchered that. Just joking with Janet.
JJW.
I totally flipped every letter.
Oh, Janet, I think I got the wrong microphone on.
Just joking with Janet.
I don't even have a mic.
Well, let's get that mic in front of you. Make the folks happy, Janet. Go for it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
All right. Okay, I have a very, very corny one today.
Okay.
Where does a cat learn to groom himself? At Catholic school.
Cat? Well, that's how we talk.
Catholic school.
I was like, where's the joke?
Oh, Janet. Love it.
Love it. Thanks, Janet. Always bringing joy. Appreciate you.
My glitter.
Oh, yes. Ooh, we'll take it. We'll take it. All right. Man, we go from just joking with Janet to talking about this other breaking news.
Kilmore break.
Unless you got anything else on the Epstein stuff. You do.
No,
you got some Epstein in you, don't you?
No, I am glad that they're doing something.
You disagree with me?
kinda.
I say release everything.
I think just some people their names are going to be in there just by virtue of position, and I think the public will immediately associate them with something negative. I think you got to be very careful.
The trust the people with that. Don't trust the elites with that.
Have you seen what?
No, really, I get it. It's horrible, and there will be bad things. What's worse?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I didn't create this option. You didn't create it either. Our listening audience didn't put these knuckleheads who actually get to make this decision. It's kind of laughable. But it's like we didn't make this option. We didn't make this option.
Mm-mm.
But I think the I'm not saying less of two evils. I just think truth is truth, man. And as far as like the people associating, people falsely accuse people all the time. The media does that all the time, paints people in a different way. I mean, our boy Trump, my goodness. The other conservatives all across the spectrum. I mean, just headline, it's a headline. Must be something.
So many headlines today.
Yeah. Well, let's go to this one. So this is also from Associated Press, very busy today. Kilmore Abrego Garcia, ever heard of him? So that's a Salvadorian national. He was just released from a Tennessee jail so he can rejoin his family in Maryland while he awaits trial on human smuggling charges. I said that right. So here's the timeline. In 2022, Mr. Garcia was pulled over in Tennessee for speeding. In the car, there were 9 passengers. Troopers suspected smuggling, but instead of making an arrest, they gave him a warning slip. They sent him down the road. Then this year, he was mistakenly deported to a prison in El Salvador. Had to remember that.
Mistake.
Yeah.
Ain't no mistake.
But he was hauled back by a judge's order and then thrown in jail here. Okay. His lawyers didn't even want him released at first, saying ICE would scoop him up the second he stepped out of the door. 2 months later, literally just moments ago, he finally walks out in a white shirt and black pants into a waiting SUV. His Maryland lawyer says he's now reunited with his, quote, loving family. What about the families of those 9 folks you smuggled?
Mm-hmm.
What about that?
That you trafficked. Some of those might be, sold in a section. Like, come on now.
It's horrible, man. Oh, but the defense, they're still pushing a judge to dismiss the case altogether. They're still fighting, saying he's being prosecuted as punishment for challenging deportation. Dude, you're smuggling people. Like, what?
He's here. Like, what?
Yeah, I'm with you.
You say trust the people.
Yeah.
But come on now.
That ain't the people.
Well, some of these judges are supposed to be.
That's the government.
and all these people protesting for his release. Like, come on.
That's always going to be.
It's goofy.
It's goofy, all right.
He's a bad hombre.
Hey, he is. Now, but really, let's slow down and unpack this just a little. This right here, my friends, this is how broken our system is. A man suspected of moving 9 people across state lines gets treated like he's the victim, while the system ties itself in knots to make sure he gets relief. Where's the urgency for victims?
He's a father, Josh. He's a father. Hey, Saddam Hussein was a father.
Yeah.
We got his sons too.
His sons went down fighting.
Not that, okay, please don't mistake my words and interpret them as me saying we should go after his family. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is,
well, his family's not in the standoff.
there are plenty of bad people who are fathers. Being a father doesn't make you a good person.
Yeah.
Being a good person makes you a good person.
You need a better defense than that.
Yeah.
But this is how smugglers beat us. I mean, really, this is how they beat us. This is how they do it. They don't have to even be clever. They just jam the pipeline, lawyer up, and wait for the loopholes to pop open. Man, the left plays, and the elites, they play long games, man. They play long games. And think about it, though, in this situation, in this particular case. One traffic stop in Tennessee, this turns into a 3-year saga. Deported, returned, jailed, released, Maryland family reunion, and maybe a dismissed case. That's our system.
Why do we have laws? Why do we have laws if we're not going to follow them?
And how come Democrats can, when they're in charge, or rhinos, maybe more so rhinos, they don't have to enforce the law and nothing happens. Laws on the books, and they can ignore laws, and it's okay.
But my biggest thing is,
I don't know.
Immigrant, like, let that be an American. That's, nobody would give 2 squats. Let it be an American who their good father.
Yeah.
Oh, this American father is in jail for this.
But you make it
no
an illegal alien. Oh my gosh, we're chaining ourselves to trees.
There are probably a lot of black folk who have gone through some stuff they probably shouldn't have had to go through that are treated much worse than this illegal immigrant who is smuggling humans.
Yeah.
And he's just treated as a hero. It's a slap in the face to the people who are caught up in the justice system that shouldn't be.
Man, that was well said. Well said. But this whole, really, 3 years. This has been a saga. But I'm going to repeat the process. Deported, returned, jailed, released, Maryland family reunion, and maybe a dismissed case.
Only in America, folks.
Like, that's what we're dealing with. That's our system. That's a merry-go-round.
It's a fever dream.
No, that's like a judicial. Yeah. Right.
That's a free trip for sure.
Yeah. The only problem is you and me and the folks, we're paying the ride to that trip. That's the problem. That's one of the many, 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 many problems. But that's all good. Man, my favorite part of the whole show coming up right after this. Phone lines are open, and I can't wait to hear from you. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We are broadcasting live from the Beal and Abear studios right here in Lafayette, Louisiana. We're also broadcasting live from rumble.com. And Jamie's going to introduce a nice little guest we have it's throwing off our phone line. That's on me though, okay? Because we're not gonna skip this guest. I think the folks are going to really like what he has to say. But we'll open up the phone lines first segment, hour 2, and last segment, hour 1.
Yeah, we'll have some time in this one as well.
Good.
We got Mr. Ken Como, and he is the chairman of Acadiana Friends of NRA. Been doing it for over almost 30 years.
Woo!
He's from Sky, went to Acadiana High, and we're happy to have you on today, Mr. Como.
Hey, Mr. Como, how you doing? Talk to us about the great old Second Amendment and NRA stuff you got going on.
Well, first of all, thank you for letting me come on your show. I appreciate the opportunity. Yes, the Friends of NRA was started 32 years ago or so, and the purpose of our organization is to raise funds through various fundraisers, banquets and raffles and so forth, to help support shooting sport organizations both in the state and in the country.
Okay.
The 50% of the funds that we net at our fundraisers is retained within Louisiana for distributing to various organizations that apply through a grant process. And unfortunately, we don't make enough money to give them everything that they want, but we are able to give them some, and which will allow them to purchase various supplies, whether it be shotgun shells or clay targets or ammunition, arrows for archery programs. We've given money to shooting ranges for improving their facilities and so forth, various law enforcement agencies for training needs and what have you. And so, yes, we're having a fundraiser here in Lafayette on September 11th at the River Oaks Catering and Event Center on East College Saloon Road. The doors open at 5:30. It is open to the public, and tickets are $50 per person. Sponsorships are available. You can purchase a table at different monetary levels, and we'd love to have everyone attend who can.
Yeah. Look, guys, think about it. And Ken, man, we appreciate you. We appreciate what you do, not just for the NRA, but just promoting awareness and the importance of gun safety, Second Amendment rights, things like that. And guys, September 11th, 2025, right around the corner. You know we can remember that date. So September 11th, 5:30 p.m., River Oaks Catering Event Center. That's right off of College Saloon. And, I was looking at some stuff about Friends of NRA. And my understanding, so 50% of the funds will go to local program, or 50% of the funds go to local programs, 50% national programs. That's kind of what you were explaining earlier, right, Ken?
That's correct. Yes, sir.
Man, that's great. That's really good because you need both. I'm a lifetime member of the NRA. I get their publications. I get all the stuff, and those things take resources to get out. But man, the awareness that this organization brings to a very many would say God-given right, but definitely a constitutionally given right, so sacred to our country, to freedom. And we really appreciate what you do.
In fact, that's our motto: is teach freedom. And that's gun safety education is very important. One of the programs we help to fund locally is what is called the Eddie Eagle program, where via a costumed character, they go into the lower elementary schools to teach children at that level, what to do if they see a firearm in the house, in the car, whatever, and to make them aware that it is, not okay to, handle that or touch that firearm. Tell an adult that it's where it shouldn't be, so to speak. Yeah. So, and then the other NRA programs as well, Women on Target, Don't Be a Victim, other programs like that. And now locally, most of the money that we give out goes to the local 4-H shooting programs, and I
Oh,
believe
good.
nearly
I
every
like that.
every parish in Acadiana has a shooting program.
Oh, good.
And our state shooting sports team that went to the nationals in I think it's Nebraska. 5 out of the last 6 years, I think, they have been number one. They have come out first place, and the one year they didn't, they came in second place. So yes, the money goes to a good cause, so to speak, and it helps the kids, because otherwise their parents would have to come up with a lot of money out of pocket for their programs, and that's just not possible in some parishes. So we try to help out by giving them as much as we can, as much as we have to be able to do so.
I appreciate you. Well, Ken, thank you so much for taking the time to come and tell everybody about that. And look, guys, go check it out. September 11th, just right around the corner, 5:30 p.m. over at River Oaks Catering and Event Center over at 520 East Collie Saloon Road, 5:30, September 11th. Go support a good cause, Friends of the NRA. And we certainly appreciate all that you do, Ken, and everybody in the group. And sound the charge. And if you need anything on our end, you give us a buzz.
Okay, if I may, they can purchase tickets online as well at friendsofnra.org.
All right. Well, thank you so much,
Okay.
Mr. King Como, taking time to be with us today. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. That was very,
Yeah.
I love that. Love that. So
It's,
thanks,
I like
guys.
the especially they have some classes for women and whatnot. And you and I are both blessed with lots of daughters and
Yeah,
wives.
yeah,
And whatnot. Not lots of wives, but you know what I mean. Just one. Yeah, just the one.
All right. Let's go to Warren. Warren, what you got, my man? Bring some common sense to me.
Well, I want to talk about Venezuela a little bit. You
Let's
know,
do
the
it.
same people that brought you the Green New Deal and the Dominion voting machines are people starving to death. That's why our government needs to go over there and take over their country and start feeding their people and take care of their people. They got oil. We can take the oil back from them. It's just an outrage. And, you know, the corruption that's going on with our politicians is an outrage. You know, the FBI going to come down here and look for some dadgum permits. They need to be looking for the racketeering, and that won't be hard to find. You know, Josh, 26 years ago, plus I went to the FBI, and they still arresting people today, and they turned their nose. They didn't want to do their job because there wouldn't have been a prison big enough to put all the corrupt politicians in. Thank you, Josh.
Woo. Thank you, Warren. Love it.
Yeah,
He packs a lot in a little.
he packs a lot and a lot.
Yeah, I love it. Thanks, Warren. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right, phone lines are open. I know I threw us off. It's me. I threw us off our routine, my dear family. I got it. It's my fault. But phone lines are back open. We'll keep them open an extra segment leading into hour number 2. Make up for it, all right? 232-1542. You can give us a call outside the Acadiana area, 844-766-6607. All right, yeah, let's
You
go
want to
back.
take an early break? We just saved this time for the back end.
I like that even better.
We're gonna do it. Let me push this button, y'all.
Push it now. All right, guys, we'll be right back. welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We are broadcasting live from the Beal and Abear studios here in Acadiana. Beal and Abear, your hometown attorneys. Give those guys a call. You got any questions on the law, they will take care of you, or if they don't know, they'll send you to the right place. We're also broadcasting live from Rumble, rumble.com. I want you to go check us out. Rumble, give us a little follow. Very, very quick and easy. You can also see old archive shows. Some of those shows are getting some good little views. Appreciate that. All right, let's go to the phone lines. Who are we going to? JP. Happy Friday. What's up, JP?
Hey, happy Friday. Guys,
happy.
I think one of the things that I see happening is that lawfare and redistricting is becoming more and more common.
Yep.
To the point where I think it might be part of election cycles now.
Yep.
Why not just go wild, wild west and everybody,
Yep.
everybody go ahead into redistricting as often as they want.
Oh, yeah. Well,
know,
yeah.
I mean, lawfare is, the party not in power is going to use lawfare to slow down the other party,
Yeah.
and vice versa. And the redistricting can happen every year if you want. It's just going to become the new norm. And I mean, the most embarrassing thing that I could possibly think about is, once redistricting gets done and these red states come to roll call, like we are Texas and we're a conservative red state, and after redistricting we have provided new seats to to the House or whatnot, and
Yep.
everybody roll calls, but Louisiana and little Napoleon gets up there and they say, "We are Louisiana, and unfortunately, we actually went in reverse. We gave one seat to Cleo Fields. Sorry about that, but I want credit for everything, because if y'all don't give me credit for me, I'm going to call and cry to Moon Griffon, just to make sure that y'all give me that credit."
Making it
I mean,
rain.
how embarrassing. How embarrassing.
It's an interesting state of affairs, isn't it, JP? It's an
Jesus.
interesting.
It is.
If you would have told
It
me
is.
that, if you would have told me some of the policies that would have come out and some of the decisions that would have come out, I'm just going to say in Globo, you place that where you want, my lovely audience and friends. If you'd have said that a year ago or 2 years ago, I would have said you're crazy. No
Oh.
way. Yeah.
Oh, I am so horribly flabbergasted by
Yeah, that's a good word.
by how,
Yeah.
I'm just I lost the words for how we were led to believe that he was so conservative. And I supported this man, and I didn't go out and knock doors for him, but I really supported him, and I wanted to see it happen, and I thought it was a conservative vote. It's just so disappointing to be stabbed again in the back in Louisiana by supposedly a conservative who turns, man. When is this going to stop? It's hardening.
I don't see a foreseeable future where that's not our future. And that is, look, man, y'all know me. I try to find the good. I really do. I really do. My honest assessment, seriously, who wants to run for office? Like, who wants to run for office? Anybody good can make more money in the private sector. Okay? You got less stress. But
It's
like,
not worth it.
it's not worth it. Why? For you and your family to be called all these names? For people to go and drag your name and everything you work for through the mud for no reason? For politics? Like playing in a game where people don't care if they destroy your family and your friends and your businesses. They don't care. They just want the power. So what JP was saying about lawfare and redistricting, I think that's the norm. I think the norm. Well, no, I hope it's not. I don't think we're there yet. But it's, boy, we're slipping. We're slipping on that slippery slope. We are slipping on that slippery slope right now, and it started with these little BS games, man, in Louisiana. Now you had Texas with the 5 seats, which at first, again, I don't know what's going on with our AG. I was a big fan of her and all this stuff, but even the Texas thing, I took it hook, line, and sinker what came from the DOJ, and now I'm starting to question that, if it really was objective or was it political. Because then what did that do? Gavin Newsom, that governor, and by the way, he's vowed to turn all the seats blue. So if we keep going down this path, what's going to end up happening is whatever your electoral college vote is, that's going to end up being your representation in the House at least. The Senate may break some ties, maybe, and then you have so your president will mimic the House of Representatives, basically.
Your time.
Like that's unfortunate. Now this lawfare stuff, we're gonna cover some things. We still got some time in this break, but we're gonna cover that with John Bolton and all that stuff. That might trigger some thoughts next hour. But first, let's go to Big Chris in the hizzy on this Friday. What's up, Big Chris?
Hey, just because they're redistricting, I understand what they're trying to do. But what about if they redistrict together, Democrat or Republican? But what if the people in those districts decide, no, we're going to vote this way, and it's not the way they thought?
Yeah.
So, I know y'all are feeling pessimistic about it, but the bottom line is everybody starts seeing the light. It won't matter how they redistrict, okay?
I agree, but Chris, you're assuming that they'll have the equal opportunity to see the light. You see how many platforms you can't count on the media. They pick candidates that they want. They pick their people, and then they tilt everything there. And so where the only time you can possibly get truth out is if you raise enough money to run some commercials, and then you're only talking to them 30 to 60 seconds at a time. It's hard. But when you got the media
like
there every day, go ahead.
Like Dan Bongino said, once it gets bad enough, people will make changes. All through history, when the masses got kicked off enough, things happen. It might just have to get bad enough.
Man, you're right. Man, I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't. Man, that was a great call, Big Chris. I know we're running out of time. My problem here is with my own party. You have the Democrat Party who's in shambles, who, if they were left to their own demise, President Biden 4 more years, Lord. I mean, yeah, we might have been in those folks that are really in need may have really been in need. I got you. I'm with you. And our country would have been in the wrong direction. But the actions that we're making, look at the silly stuff we're taking hits for, this Epstein stuff. We played that horribly. Why did you promise all those things and then not deliver? I got some concerns on lawfare. When we do those things, we take away from the wonderful economic victories this very strong president is having. Man, we are in such a stronger position economically, militarily, and so many other ways. Whew, stop hiding it with the silliness. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. I'm telling you, you do not want to miss this. afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to hour number 2 of the Josh Guillory Show. I remain your very, very, very grateful host. In the studio with me still, my main man, Jamie Angel.
Hello. Happy Friday, everybody.
Yes,
What's happening?
the whole day. What a great week. What a wonderful week. Man, let's keep it going through the weekend and through the rest of this wonderful Friday day. Folks in Acadiana, Louisiana, raining out there. Be careful. That's my weather report.
It's nasty.
That's my weather report, man.
I need to check that radar, see if it's
It's
getting
raining.
any better.
It's raining. All right. Whew. We're going to talk about a little subject. I may go on a little tangent. Just being honest with you. I'm going to try not to. I got my notes. I'm going to try to stick to it. Because some of this, what we're about to talk about, just bothers me. It scares me a little bit, to be honest with you, for the future, long term. All right, this one's coming out of the Associated Press. The FBI searched the Maryland home of John Bolton. That's President Trump's former national security advisor in a classified documents investigation. Oh, the good old typical classified documents investigation thing.
Here we go.
Yep. Biden, Trump,
You know, that was
Bolton.
political prosecution when they were doing that to old Trump.
Well, we'll
old
talk about it.
Jack Smith and all.
It was. We'll talk about it. So here's what we do know. Because there's a lot we don't, but here's what we do know. Bolton was not detained. He hasn't been charged. The FBI isn't saying much. But here's the deal. FBI is not saying much, but Director Kash Patel posted on X, Twitter, no one is above the law. Attorney General Pam Bondi added, America's safety isn't negotiable. Justice will be pursued always. Bolton's response, well, he says Trump is running a retribution presidency. Let's just pause just a moment, just a tiny little moment. Now, what other American who the FBI talks to, unexpectedly, I guess, who wasn't detained and is not charged, what other American warrants the FBI director to post on a social media platform, no one is above the law? What other American where the FBI goes to their house unexpectedly, talks to them, doesn't arrest them, and the person's not charged, what other American warrants the Attorney General of the United States saying America's safety isn't negotiable, justice will be pursued always? Now, I just, again, want to put it in context. But let me put some other things in context. John Bolton has been a Washington insider since the Reagan years. He was George W. Bush's ambassador to the UN. He pushed the Iraq war. He wanted boots on ground in Iran. Y'all remember that? I mean, this guy was pushing hard for an invasion of Iran. He wanted troops stuck in Afghanistan forever. If there was a war on the planet, Bolton was cheering it on. In part, probably why Trump brought him in. In large part, that's why Trump fired him. Trump wasn't about endless wars. Bolton was. And after he got bounced, what do? Runs to CNN, MSNBC, and writes a nasty tell-all book trashing Trump while cashing the checks. Show me the money. Give me that money.
Trump said this morning in an interview, he's like, you know what? Every time I met with a foreign power that I wanted to, I would bring Bolton with me because they knew. They knew he was going to bomb the crap out of him if they didn't do something. You just stand there silently. He said, but he's a dumb guy. Not very smart. It's brutal, I guess.
Look, I don't have any sympathy for Bolton. I have no sympathy for Bolton. The man is a warmonger, an elitist, and frankly, a grifter.
Oh, a grifter, you say.
Mm-hmm.
What's he grifting?
He made himself the hero of the Never Trump crowd and the globalist cocktail circuit. Nobody in real America is crying for doggone John Bolton right now. But, and here's the serious part, I've always said the weaponization of justice is wrong. When Biden's DOJ went after Trump and his supporters, we called it lawfare because it was. We called it political prosecution. And if Trump's DOJ starts targeting critics with FBI raids, it just risks looking like the same thing. And I know you know that. The principle has to hold equal justice under the law. Either we believe in it or we do not. We either believe in that or we don't. Maybe we don't. I don't know. I hope we do. That's why some of the AG seems to be, the U.S. AG seems to be getting a lot more political than I would like. And I hope our Louisiana Attorney General can be disciplined and don't take the bait, because it's easy, man. You got it so easy. No offense, but it's so easy. All you get to do is go argue fun things on behalf of the people. Like, think about it, all that constitutional stuff. All right, and we appreciate it. We need all that stuff. All right, but no one wants their tax dollars to go to lawfare or politics. Your tax dollars shouldn't go to politics. So I just, when I see the FBI director, see, Mark Pope asked me, can Cash Patel change it? No, it's too big. The FBI, the system has been corrupt since its inception, since Hoover. Please, someone prove me wrong. I want to be wrong on that. I want to be wrong on that. I really do. And this is not a knock on any agents. People just working hard, trying to protect folks, make people's lives better. We love you. We appreciate your service. It's not you. It's the system. The system's too big. It allows for politics, allows for political warfare. You know? You were saying something in a break, though. No?
What? About?
I'm just putting you on the spot.
That ain't right, man.
Well, look, let me give that ain't right what I just did. But yeah, I mean, listen, I just say it, and it's worth saying it again. If we lose our judicial system, judiciary, if we lose our justice system, we lose our country. We're no better than the third world countries. We aren't in Venezuela if we do that. We should be fighting that. We should have zero tolerance to that. And look, maybe John Bolton really did mishandle classified information. He may have. He did have that messy book review process where officials said he tried to slip secrets into print. Remember that? I mean, if there's evidence, fine. If there's evidence, absolutely charge him like anyone else, but also treat him like anyone else.
Yeah. I think the question they have to ask themselves, or they had to ask themselves before this whole thing was, is it dangerous to not pursue this? Is it dangerous to not look into this further? Yeah. And I would assume the answer was yes to that, because why else would you if it's not lawfare?
Oh, yeah. So it has to be yes. So it's either that or lawfare. I agree with that.
Or lawfare. I mean, it's cut or dry. I mean, this one is an either or, in my opinion. Either it is dangerous to not pursue this because he has done something extraordinarily dangerous to warrant, going into his house at 7 a.m. on a Friday morning.
Yeah.
You're mad because he's pushing back.
Well, John Bolton is one of my least. I ain't defending that dude for sure. But if this is kind of like what you said, if this is about punishing a political enemy, then it sets a precedent we don't want. It sets a precedent I want no part of. Because look, once you normalize lawfare, you never get it back in the cage. You can never put that genie back in the bottle. I hope someone's listening in Washington. We will lose our country. We will lose our country if we don't stop that. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back, and we'll keep talking about this. welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We are broadcasting live from the Bill and Bear Studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. We're also broadcasting live on rumble.com. Go check us out, Rumble. Go to rumble.com. Look up the Josh Guillory Show. Give us a little follow. Search us. Check us out. See archived podcasts and all the things. Okay, so going back to John Bolton, earlier today, FBI, Fox News is calling a raid. Others say FBI knocked on the door, had some conversations. Did they take anything?
That was a straight-on raid.
Yeah. Because they blocked.
I mean, they're all up in there.
Yeah. All right, it's a raid then. Okay. So they raided John Bolton's home. He's not charged. They did not arrest him. The Attorney General posted on social media. The FBI Director posted on social media. While I do understand this is not an ordinary American, he is an American.
He got swatted.
He did. He did.
He got swatted. You ever been swatted?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
That's when the SWAT team just shows up at your house.
I've had one incident where the SWAT team was at my house, and that's the
Word. Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Crazy.
Good old days.
Crazy. I was just taking a nap. All right, so let me I want to clarify though, hey, Trump's still my president, my guy. I support him. I believe in his mission. Genuinely. But conservatives win by being better. By doing the right thing. That's just how we win. That is how we win in the long run. We can definitely get some short-term wins for sure. But we win by beating the swamp with truth and accountability. Not by copying the swamp's games. Bolton's a doggone clown, for sure. But if we start rating every critic, we risk making martyrs out of fools. And that's an issue. Now, Bolton deserves ridicule. Absolutely. I don't know if he deserves raids. I don't know that, and you don't know that. But the facts say he's not charged and he wasn't arrested.
I thought he got canceled with PBS, because wasn't he on Sesame Street? He was the one with the lab coat and the
John Bolton?
Yeah, he looked like a Sesame Street character, man. And doesn't he?
I know what you're talking about, that guy. Now I'm never gonna see John Bolton or that Muppet the same again.
Just saying.
But if he committed the crime, then absolutely. Then treat him like every other American. But treat him like every other American. I just don't know when. I just don't know. Why and what motivates. I know what motivates Attorney General Pam Bondi and Kash Patel, FBI Director. In this case, it's an easy political win. Easy red meat. Hey, look, politics. This short term. This is smart.
Yeah, Billy O in Church Point, or Billy from Church Point, not Billy O. He says there's a big difference. They went after Trump for nothing. Trump is going after them for real crimes. Good show, guys.
Yeah. Hey, thank you.
We hope.
Yeah,
that's the hope.
Hey, look, and here's the deal. We're not saying he's not. Okay, and I definitely want to clarify that. John Bolton may be as guilty can be. Is that crime usually met with all of this from I get the media is the media. I'm talking from the Attorney General and the Director of the FBI. I'm just saying. Look, here's my thing, my fellow Republicans, and most of you, my fellow Trump supporters. I'm a huge Trump supporter, you know that. But I can support the man and still disagree with some thoughts and some actions. That the whole presidency and his administration is bigger than him. Not everything. Yeah, he's responsible ultimately, but he's not, But here's the deal. The guy commit the crime, then absolutely, go do your thing. But right now, just at minimum, I'm just saying, at minimum, it has the appearance of lawfare. It has the appearance. That's all I'm saying. It has the appearance. And if this is motivated politically, Trump should fire them. Trump should fire the Attorney General and the FBI Director immediately if it's politically motivated. If he's the one motivating it politically, then the Attorney General and the FBI Director should say, no, sir, we do not do that. This is not what we do. We don't do lawfare. We go after bad guys for real things. So that's how that should look. And if it's not happening, hey, that should. Okay?
I'm all about the guns blazing approach when it comes to governing. I mean, get stuff done quickly for the people.
Yeah.
But this administration seems to have a lot going on right now. I mean, you start the day with this raid of Bolton, then you release you got DOJ releasing transcripts and stuff of Epstein. You got Abrego Garcia. Like, there's so much happening in such a short span of time. It's really hard to keep up with everything. Now, is that by design? Are they doing this to just confuse the media, to just throw everyone off? I don't know, but it sure seems like a lot going on in a very short amount of time, and it's
Well, I
tough to
think
keep up with.
I think you're saying two things. He's got a lot of stuff going on, and is some of this a smokescreen?
Yeah,
Okay, so lots.
exactly what I'm
So a lot of this stuff going on, like walking and chewing gum. I love it. Keep doing it. I wish other presidents would do it. I don't know why anybody in the executive branch, whether you're at the presidency, the governor, or you're a county parish president or mayor, I don't understand if you have the resources and the authority from your legislative branch and it's funded and all things good, why would you not go do multiple things at the same time? Why would you not? You're a leader. You're there. If you don't have that skill set, be humble and let other people do it. But I never understood that. Like that, all what Trump's doing, all this all over the world at the same time, good.
Well, I'm just talking about the controversial stuff, like going after Bolton.
I got you.
You know?
So I got you. So the other stuff, which I was getting to.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Oh, you good, man. You good on this. We're sharing the same way.
Just get excited, you know?
I know. I love that. I love that. But anyway, yeah. So I agree with
Well,
you.
well, I thought you had more.
I did. I lost my train of thought.
Oh, well.
You good, man?
Yeah. I would just wish. I hate to say it. I wish for a slow news week pretty soon. You know. But
yeah.
I got to throw this one in there.
Yeah.
Jerome Powell indicated today he might be dropping those interest rates.
Yeah. He
better.
Yeah. He indicates dropping interest. He indicates dropping interest rates, just like Pam Bondi says she's going to release Epstein files. Like, it's all like, I see it when I believe it. I believe it when I see it at this point. I'm just so sick of these people saying they're going to do something and they get in, they don't do it. Just don't say you'll do it. Yeah. That all of this, like smokescreen stuff, all of this, these little needless fires is all all Trump's teams shooting themselves in the foot. That's it. That is it. Like taking on things that you shouldn't take on, and you are masking some things. You're masking some really great things that this country is doing right now. You're masking some really, really good things, guys. Economically, this president's got it, man. He has got it under control. Like, he is leading very wisely, in my opinion, and aggressively, but wisely and cautiously. He ain't afraid to change. He ain't afraid to change a deadline either.
I just wonder why they waited so long. Like, if they did suspect Bolton had some classified documents and he was holding on to them. I mean, he's had them for a hot minute. He was fired during the first Trump administration. So why now? And why give him that much time to have these documents if it was that big of a problem? Why not do it, 4 or 5 years ago?
Hey, that's a good point. That's a good point. All right.
I try to make them every once in a
I
while.
love it. I like your shirt you're wearing, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, he got that while we went on a little trip
A little road trip.
Yeah, man. Promoting the show all the way to Houston. All right. Stick around. We'll be right back. Show. Woo, man. Let me tell you something. Well, we're broadcasting live. Let me tell the folks that first. We're broadcasting from the Beal and Bear Studios and also from rumble.com. So go check us out, the Josh Guillory Show. My favorite part of the entire show. Already segment 3.
Yeah, I got breaking news.
Jeez, what?
Trump celebrates a week of no homicides in Washington, D.C.
Wow.
Where's my bell?
Yeah. Woo!
Something's
Hey,
working.
that's awesome.
But, we were talking in the break about that, and he says, Chicago's next or whatever.
Yeah.
And we laughed about it. But at the same time, I think we kind of both just looked at each other and we're like, that's not very funny because we don't need to be even joking about doing that.
Well, that would tone it down a little bit on that. It wasn't that bad. I was saying, I was in my mind just kind of running through this because I'm a nerd. Like, well, how could that be constitutional? And how could he do that? I don't know. So, he had said to the reporters, well, I'm doing so great in D.C., maybe we'll do it in Chicago's next. All right, couple thoughts. One, Trump's going to say what he's going to say. I show me the actions first, and then we'll talk. It's not my way. It's not your way. Okay? Get it. But that's his way. And we know him by now, and I'll take all the wins with it. I don't care. I don't care anymore.
We know him, but we don't completely understand him.
I don't have to. I don't have to. I know the culture he's setting. I know the winning attitude, and I see what he's doing economically, and I just don't care what he says anymore.
Oh, okay.
What?
Oh, I see. You care what he does.
Yes, I care what he does because he says so many things. I don't know, But the Chicago thing. So there's a difference between Chicago and D.C. D.C.'s the capital. D.C.'s governed by the charter. It's different. Okay. Now, let's say Chicago truly becomes a crime emergency, which a lot of people would argue it is. Okay. So, all right. So it's an emergency. And let's say the city of Chicago's mayor, for whatever reason, says, yep, I need some National Guard troops. Okay. That's a different scenario. Now, most of the time, the governor would be the person to do that. States' rights, all these things, the way the National Guard's set up. But as we saw in California, sure, the president can absolutely mobilize National Guard troops. Now, under California, in L.A., he mobilized California National Guardsmen. So in Chicago, I would hope he would mobilize Illinois National Guardsmen. Now, that is extremely different than the 2 permanent bases that was suggested, I think, last week, where there would be a base to post in Alabama and a post in Arizona, and then a bunch of states would donate. I mean, they would loan like 3-month tours of these National Guards troops, and they would be quick reactionary forces. I do not support that at all. I vehemently oppose that a lot. We do not need a standing army policing our people. We have police forces. How much more national police do you have? I mean, do you want?
Well, and there are folks who are going to come back and say, oh, well, he sent him into California, sent him into Los Angeles. But there was a specific threat towards federal agents. And there were instances where protesters had forced federal agents back into a federal building, and there was threats towards that federal building. So Trump, at that point, decided, they are targeting feds. So that's a little different. But again, even that was kind of iffy, and I don't know.
So no, it's not as dramatic as that. It's not as theatrical as that. I'm telling you, it's very simple. It's very straightforward. So what I just said. So if the L.A. riots, it's an emergency. They declare an emergency. Okay, cool. Well, the governor would ordinarily say, yes, Mayor, I have no problem with sending troops because it's out of control over there. Well, you had a mayor that couldn't make decisions and wanted to not upset the left. You have a governor with the same thing. But you have a president who says, those are my constituents too, by the way, and I owe them a duty. So the legal route is that they're mobilized. They weren't mobilized under Title 32. They were mobilized on what's called Title 10. And the president, who has the authority as the commander-in-chief to mobilize those California National Guardsmen to address that singular emergency and crime that was declared. That's very specific, and it's very much within the courts held. It was within Trump's authority to do so. That's different. That's very different.
Well, they were also a little busy getting their Smartmatic kickbacks to actually police police
Yeah, that's
their
right.
folks, if you know what I mean.
That's right.
You know?
I heard that guy's was buying ice cream for everybody. Warren, what you got, man?
Well, I'd like to know if John Bolton is tied to Adam Syphilis, the guy that can't get to stop leaking. Like the Pope even says he's the world's biggest sack of shit. You know, you got what's good for the goose and is good for the gander, and that's what's wrong with our country. See, when they did it to Trump, they lied, but when he does it, he's telling the truth. So it's justified. It's justified. You know, they ought to, instead of hiring all them IRS agents, they ought to hire 80,000 new FBI agents, send them down here to Louisiana for racketeering. Because obviously Pam Bondi, she says no one's above the law. Obviously, she ain't never been to Louisiana. Thank you, Josh.
Warren tiptoed right up to that line today.
Boy, I tell you what, hey, every point. That's spicy right there, Warren.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. You bring them spice, baby.
I can't agree with him on every point. That add FBI agents.
No. Oh, I say he brought the spice on every
No.
one. He brought the Oh no.
No.
We don't want to add FBI agents. We don't want to grow the federal government. This is not a knock on any agents. All of it.
No more FBI agents.
Okay, so let's switch gears here.
Let's do it.
So this story comes from CNN's Eva McKinn. Minnesota Democrats just pulled the plug. Oh, this is something. On their endorsement of Omar. How you say his name?
Fate.
Fate.
Fata. I'm
Fata.
sorry, Fata. I
Well,
said Fate.
Omar Fata.
Fata.
Now, Omar is the Democratic Socialist state senator who thought he was about to ride a wave of woke into the mayor's office of Minneapolis. Well, Fata actually won the delegates at the Minneapolis Democratic Farmer Labor Party convention last month. You want me to say that again?
I wish you would.
Woo! Minneapolis Democratic Farmer Labor Party convention. And it's farmer, F-A-R-M-E-R.
You don't have to be lonely. FarmersOnly.com. Socialistfarmersonly.com. You don't have to be sane.
Progressives were popping champagne, calling it a big win for the socialist wing of the Democrat Party. We did it! But then the state's party's rules committee stepped in and said there were substantial failures in the voting process.
Word.
Even admitted a candidate was wrongfully eliminated. So they vacated the endorsement. They also slapped Minneapolis Democrats with a probation period, meaning no new conventions, no do-overs, nothing. You are in Democrat trouble.
And actually, it's none of my business and, quite frankly, none of yours.
And Omar's campaign is crying disenfranchisement. There you go. Accusing the establishment of silencing them. Jacob Frey, the incumbent mayor, says, good. Now let the voters decide directly in November. Whew. So I guess open primary. They'll have two.
So
That's interesting.
it's just the endorsement that is that issue. Like, it's so what? It's just an endorsement.
Hey, man. I'm
Hey,
just saying.
Republicans endorse Jeff Landry. I mean,
Well, but look, here's what it really means, though. So the Democrats in Minnesota, one of the bluest places in America. This is the point. One of the bluest of the blue. They just hit the brakes on socialism. That's the
it's a little
point.
Too blue for them.
That's what I'm saying. This guy and that platform was so extreme, was so woke, that even the Democrat Party in one of the most blue states, in one of the most blue cities of one of the bluest states said, no, I think enough's enough on that.
Yeah, it's a medium rare crowd. They're not ready to go the full blue route, you know?
Oh, they're scared, you know whatless. They're salivating. They love all his ideas.
They're scared pantless.
They're scared of losing. They love this dude's ideas. They love his socialist agenda. Absolutely.
Yeah, because they're the elites.
Thank you. Exactly. But we know more than they think we know. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. I see you, Renee. We're coming to you, baby. welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We are broadcasting live from the Bill and Abear studio here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Bill and Abear, your hometown attorneys.
Desio wrote in. He said, "Y'all have a great weekend, and thanks for a great week of shows." Desio, thank you for spending the week with
Yeah,
us. All
man.
of y'all, Billy, Kill Switch. Want to know why the camera was focused on the soundboard during the calls? And
Yeah.
that's because, I don't know what else I'm supposed to point it at.
This was what I wanted to do. I wanted to get our regulars to send in a picture, and then we would just put their picture up when they call.
Nah, that's just creating a lot more work.
Oh, we're going to do it one day. I said Feinberg does that. Feinbong or whatever. He does that.
when we get another little producer in here, we'll start doing some of that.
Guys, no joke. If y'all saw what this man has to do, I have it so easy.
Lot of buttons.
So easy. I don't even know what's going on over there. You have so many screens and
Look,
so many.
There are 3 computers that we work off of here, right? We got
Thanks
one.
for saying we.
One is the main thing that runs all the stuff. We got the production computer that has all the phone lines and stuff, and then
All right, yeah.
and then we got the Rumble computer.
Oh,
and then I
okay.
got to switch the Rumble. Just 3 mice, 3 keyboards. There's a lot going on. here.
No, yes. All right, let's go back to the phone line, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right, Renee, what you got, my man?
Well, I mean, I like that illegal immigrants that break the law coming here illegally goes back to their country because they're breaking the law. But I mean, it's just the way sometimes right-wing people brag about it, like they're murderers, the murderers and the rapists and the people that do crimes. They don't need to go back home till they pay over here for what they did. I mean because they're just gonna come back and do the same. You know, I mean. If they kill, maim, rape somebody, they need to be locked up, hanged. I mean, their remains put in a warehouse like the X-Files and leave the family pick up their cremated remains. Some of them never need to go back home and commit according to the crime they committed. They never need to go back home. That's just the way it should be.
All right. Well, probably a lot of folks shaking their heads with you on that one, Renee, for sure. All right, let's go to my buddy, Mr. Blue Wave. Mr. Blue Wave, it's going to be a red wave. Don't you start that. What you doing, my friend? What's up?
All right, man. Guess what?
What's up?
Texas gonna have trouble with California,
Okay.
and I think with that saying, like I say, gonna still be a big blue wave.
Don't
But
you
let
do
me
it.
go. I gotta hit you up and head on out. Talk to you later.
Thanks, Mr. Blue
Hi,
Wave.
Mr. Blue Wave.
Man, the poor Texas Republicans, Mr. Blue Wave's calling them. That's all right, though. We're going to go into the Gulf of America. We're going to have a little fishing trip. I will have already gone fishing at Rouse's or something. And I'm going to
I'm
visit with
taking
Mr.
you
Blue.
fishing one day.
Hey, you go for
When
it.
I take my boy fishing for the first time, I'll bring you as well.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Get you to catch some fish.
I've caught fish. I used to fish all the time.
We got Mr. Warren back on the phone.
Let's do it, Warren. Bring the heat, baby.
Yeah, man, get ready, Josh. You know, with all this, I think John Bolton is just the start. So we fixing to have a whole lot of blue butts and red rectums, and they
Wha-
fixing to be just a swangin'.
Warren,
Mm,
that's my man.
well,
No one can make a point quite
Quite
like
like Warren.
Hey, like I said, hey, if Bolton or any of those guys did something wrong, man, absolutely bring it, bring it.
all that aside,
Yeah, but the lawfare stuff, you got to be careful.
we got about 2 minutes left. What
Yeah.
you cooking this weekend? What y'all eating?
I don't know.
So I
I don't know.
found
I'll probably grill Sunday.
I stumbled upon this recipe
All right,
on the
all right.
social medias on
Okay,
Facebook.
what you got?
It's some burn-ins, but some
Okay.
some cheap burn-in. You use the chuck roast burn-ins.
Tell us how you cooking it.
Well, you just slice it in half. You just cook it like you would a brisket. You know,
don't know how to
low
do
and
that.
slow season it. Put some mustard on it, salt, pepper, garlic pepper, garlic powder. Put that on there. Slather it up. Put it on the grill, 250 for about 3-4 hours. Once it hits 165, pull it, wrap it, put some pats of butter in there with it, and then throw it back on there until it's about 195. Cut it up and go.
Boom. And look, because you're on rumble.com, if you go on rumble.com, you can get that recipe that he just routed
will
up.
post
you
it
just
at some
yeah, there
point.
you go. You just remember fourth segment of today's show. All right, let's go to the phone lines. We can fit it in.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Caller, you are live on the Josh Guillory Show. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Kayla.
All right.
Lafayette.
Hey, Kayla. All right, we got about 40 seconds. It's all yours, Kayla. Go for it.
Okay, I don't know what y'all talking about today because I just turned the radio on, but I'm very upset about I'm trying to get my grandson in pre-K, and they can only take 10 English-speaking students, 10 non-English speaking students. With that being said, the class is not full in pre-K. He has to sit home, and they have openings. So just throwing out there that out there to Lafayette, whole different subject.
Well, you tell you what, that was a different subject that we can end on, and you might help some folks. So
Look
hey,
into it next week for sure.
Kayla, thank you for calling in. I appreciate that. It helps the community. I don't know much about the topic, but it seems like there were some openings. She
Yeah,
said.
we'll let our KPEL folks know about that.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, but I appreciate it. Guys, that's all the time we have today. I wish we had some more time. I want everyone to have a blessed weekend, a peaceful,